Commence primary ignition.
Very happy to be able to bring this to you guys, and really excited for this. So let's get on with the show, shall we? And first of all, oh, thank you for that. That was nice. Who has not seen this movie? Can you raise your hand if you've never seen a Just kidding. Just kidding. That's good. That's good. Anyone else? Cool. So we can talk about everything with no spoilers.
I don't know what happens at the end.
Well,
I got to black out at the end.
There's yeah, jokes. Yeah, I'm super excited. This is so fun. But we can talk about shit. That's what's cool. Is because we don't have spoilers for a 47-year-old movie. Okay. All right. So a little bit about myself. My name's Bud Weeks. I do a local podcast called the Northside Cantina Podcast. For applause. No, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. That's great. No, thank you guys. That's good for coming. But I do this podcast. I've been doing it for about 2 years. It really just gets into people's fandom. Had a couple guests. And a lot of people are out there right now actually that's been on the show. So thank you for, if you've actually been on the show. You guys are yeah, let's get into the show. So in this one, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about a very important Star Wars cosplay group called the 501st Legion. That's who these people are. Right? So we're going to get into their organization and what it's about. It's a nonprofit, and it's a really great thing. Also, we have, I forgot your name, what's this like? Cashy from Rebel Legion, which is another group. So this is great. So if you guys want to take your buckets off, these are the stormtroopers I was looking for. Listen up.
Mics are on. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yes.
So. Oh my goodness, you guys.
You guys can take those mics and have a seat.
You can totally do that.
Production.
That whole table's not
gonna. That's how we do it. Right. In a galaxy far, far away. So.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it like this and probably knock off my thermal detonator here.
A lot of people think that you can't sit down in these things, but
you can totally sit down in these things.
After a while, it gets you get kind of used to it,
right? You fix your butt, every other weekend. It's totally fine.
You break parts, you fall apart.
You put yourself back together again.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, how are you all doing tonight? Thank you all. Santa Fe, this place is awesome. We just, my wife and I, we just ate right up the way at the Cowgirl, I believe that's called.
Oh, yeah, right over here.
I had some jambalaya.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Adam, he didn't get here early enough to hang out with us.
I ate on the Star Destroyer thing.
So, anyways,
yes.
My name is Alan. I'm TK66979. That's me.
What's the TK number?
I represent the Dewback Garrison, which is
Dewback Ridge Garrison.
Yes, which is the best garrison in the galaxy.
Totally the best.
So this is.
I'm Adam, TK89400, 89400.
Sometimes you got to remember those numbers, right? But luckily, I tattooed it on me, so I don't think I'll forget that.
You can't forget
that. I have to look down at my leg and go, "What number am I?"
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
that's
right there. It's right there. So. Well, anyways.
Business, guys. Let's get to business.
Let's get to business.
Come on, guys. You guys are just like Abbott Costello or something over here. I love it.
Oh, yes.
We haven't practiced.
We haven't practiced in a while.
We're just like this.
They have banter. It's amazing. I love it. I didn't expect that, and it's great. So tell us a little bit about the 501st Legion and what it stands for and what you guys do.
Well, I mean, what it stands for me is a whole different story, but we are the largest international cosplay group in the entire world.
30,000 members strong, something like that.
I think we're over 30,000. That's crazy. In our own garrison, we're close to almost 200.
No, we're 115, 120, something like that. We're mostly in Albuquerque.
I exaggerate. We're
Branch
getting
out.
closer to 200, so that's
We
why
are
we're here
close to
actually, is
200.
to recruit some of you guys to come and.
We are closer to 200 than to 0.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah.
He might be able to not shoot it correctly, but man, it is
What
what
is
it
that?
is.
Why can't you guys shoot very well?
So look. You want to clear that up?
Lack
Yeah, can
of
we talk about
laser
that?
eye definition fixes.
Well, there's a couple of if you guys familiar with YouTube, so there's a couple of videos actually online that you guys can find out how accurate we actually are. In the movie you're about to watch, there's a line in there by this Jedi guy.
Some old guy.
Some old dude.
Sandy and
Anyways,
dusty.
he talks about how accurate we actually are, but there's actually film online that you can find out how accurate we actually are.
If you look in the first scene where we're blasting the Tantive 4 crew, it's something like 86% accuracy, which is insane. It's some number between 80 and 90. And like, you know, you're a baseball pitcher. If you got 33% accuracy, you're making the big bucks.
We're making the big bucks, but
Big bucks.
if you guys aren't into deep lore when it comes to the trilogy, the real one anyway, this guy actually told us in this movie not to hit those people that we were supposed
Yeah,
to
when the
hit.
rebels are fleeing, when Luke and Han and Leia are fleeing, no spoilers, and they don't get hit, and then only 4 TIE fighters are sent after them, that's on purpose.
On purpose. So quit telling us that we can't hit anything. Unless we're in the restroom and never mind.
You don't want to go in the restroom after us.
Yeah. Because these things, it just doesn't work out very
It's
well.
hard. We have the drink recirculating system.
Yeah,
right?
we have this thing that circulates. I'm
You
nice
pee,
and cool.
you drink.
Yeah.
You pee, you drink.
We're not going to get into that anyways.
No, we're not gonna get into that. So what does the 501st do?
Well, we do so much charity work for a lot of different causes. Some of those causes are just absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
We do Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is one of the largest, obviously we do a lot of good
We do several of those every year. The best troops.
Those are actually the best troops. Inside this bucket, sometimes I'm crying, and that's actually a real. That's real.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother topic. So
I'm not strong enough to be a bucketless character like Kashi here. We visit hospitals and see sick kids and try to make them happy, and sometimes they're drugged out of their minds, sometimes they're thrilled to see us. And regardless of the kid, it is always worth going and moving and brings the tears behind the bucket.
we got to do. I personally, I don't know if you were at that troop, but I personally got to, send off some kids to, Disneyland, and
Those are great.
Yeah,
and
that's so awesome.
it's such an amazing feeling. And every year we also do the Balloon Fiesta. If you guys aren't
Oh
familiar with
yes,
that, So,
every morning.
we're
there.
I love just bringing smiles to people's faces. So I've been doing this for almost 6 years now.
I'm on 4.
And I can tell you this, I would not change this for a thing. A good close friend of mine, Sean, he passed away several years ago, and he's the reason I do this. So a long time ago, probably about 22, 23 years ago, him and I were really good friends. We hung out in the hardcore scene, punk rock scene, and we listened to music, and he just became such a good friend. And he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna start dressing up as a stormtrooper." And I kind of looked at him, and I was like, "You're a dork."
And here we are.
Here you are.
So also within the 501st is just one part of this big cosplay thing that we do. We have
Star Wars family.
Yeah, we have sister groups, brother groups, whatever. We have the Mandalorian Mercs.
Hey,
Let's not forget those guys. Plus, I am a Merc myself, so
A fresh Mandalorian.
yeah, a fresh Mandalorian this year. Took
He
the
looks
only-
good.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Anyways, Rebel Legion. We have the Dark End.
The good guys. If you want to dress up as a good guy,
And we also have the Dark Empire. We also have the Bounty Hunter Guild. Again, yeah, it gets kind of deep. It gets kind of crazy.
We have the droid builders. If you really want to build an R2 unit, there are thousands of people out there that will help you. Remotely.
It gets a little expensive.
Oh, my
Almost
goodness.
as expensive as this guy.
So these armors are not nearly nothing compared to an R2D2 unit.
Yeah, no, totally.
And they have the Saber Guild. If you want to learn how to battle with a lightsaber for real, or you have some sort of kendo experience and you really want to get your nerd on, the Saber Guild is for you.
You guys can get your nerd on.
Yep. And for the kids, we have Galactic Academy. Age 0 to 18. When you're 18, you can join the 501st.
What is it about the costumes, right? Like, they have to be
Perfect
screen accurate?
accuracy.
Yeah.
Yes, they have to be film ready. So if Lucasfilm or Disney was to give us a call right now and say,
Yo, we need you.
then we'd be, hey, we'll be right there. So we are film accurate. So
Which
this
has
is
happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it has happened.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian season 2, season 3.
Yep. Season 1, too.
Season 1.
I got to go and do a thing with Lucasfilm. I can't yet talk about it because it has not yet aired.
Yeah, we can't talk about things like that.
DNR. NDA. Yeah, all of those.
You have to write your name, and they say shh.
Right? SOL.
Can I ask,
No, 89400, stop talking.
can I ask how big that contract was? Was it big?
Very big.
Very thick?
Oh no, it was like 3 pages,
Oh, okay. That's
but it's basically in perpetuity.
I just figured Disney, it'd
Right.
probably be like a big deal.
Right.
Cool. So the have to be screen accurate, and then what's cool is like we were saying, it's so neat because you guys get to actually be a part of Star Wars and Lucasfilm, and that's so cool, man.
It's
so rad.
fantastic.
Well, how much does a basic, I guess not basic, but how much does it cost to get involved with costuming and such?
Honestly, you could probably get something for a few $100 to several thousand.
Yeah, what does Vader go for back here?
He is the second most expensive costume, with the first being Boba Fett.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, which is, I don't know.
Right?
Now that I've learned how to make a Mandalorian costume,
He's got all the little bits, and they're like
it's not that hard. It just
ancient
takes a long
70s
time.
and 80s Kodak and little camera parts. Yeah, that's where all the cost is in Boba Fett.
Wow.
Vader is $4,000 or $5,000, something like that.
You can't talk.
I know, right?
He can't even take off that helmet off
Yeah, right,
either.
you can't take the helmet off. That's a thing. You can't.
It is a thing. Unless you're being interviewed, you have to keep your bucket on the whole time.
We broke character.
Yeah.
Well,
But
we're always these characters.
We're always these guys. When we troop together, it really is.
It's the best.
It's a hoot. We've been doing it for a while together, and it's just like we're like this comedy duo. So
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
And you guys get us to keep chattering on until they tell us to shut up.
these stormtroopers
If
don't.
somebody wants to get
stop.
involved within the 501st, how do they do that?
Contact the 501st Legion, and they will send you to the appropriate garrison,
Right.
wherever you are physically in the world.
Rad. Very cool.
Probably dewbackridge.com.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna do it.
Yeah, which you should.
You know
Oh,
people.
absolutely.
You know people.
We always need more troopers. You can be short, you can be tall. It doesn't matter. The
He's
costume
pretty short for
has to
a
fit you.
I actually have lifts in my boots, so.
I
But
happen to be just the right
technically,
size.
with my bucket on, I'm accurate.
Nice.
All right. Okay. I'll let
You
it
guys
go.
could get a measuring tape.
No
Just
short stormtrooper jokes.
I get them all the time.
Thank you guys
You're welcome.
so much for being here. It means a lot to have.
Thank
guys
you for
here.
having us. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you again, guys. That's awesome. Vader, everybody. Darth Vader is here. Is this the honest moment? All right. Back in the bucket, boys. Now is the time of the show where I would like to talk about how amazing the movie you're about to watch is. I probably don't even have to really go into it because we're all fans. We're all here for a reason because we love this movie. The most amazing thing about this is if it wasn't for the movie American Graffiti, none of us would be here. If you don't know what movie that is, you should go check it out. Because, all right, get clap. Yes, please, clap. That was George Lucas's first hit He had a movie that came out before that called THX 1138, yeah, which is a great movie. It came from a student film that he did, and the big companies liked it, so they made a bigger version of it, and it was not successful. It was terrible, and well, I think it's good, but they didn't like it, so they ended up getting all of their money back, and that dissolved the company that George had with Francis Ford Coppola of course, Godfather. Godfather fame. So that compelled him, between the two of them, I think Francis Ford Coppola is quoted as saying to George, hey, why don't you try doing, some sort of little comedy? Why, can you do that? Can you do, because you're doing all this like spacey shit. And he was writing Star Wars at the time. And but he's like, I bet you can't do just a straight comedy. So based on George's background from being from Modesto, California, and being within the hot rod culture, he's a big, or still is, a big car guy. So he made American Graffiti, and that success is what compelled him and gave him leverage to be able to make the movie you're about to watch, the most amazing movie that almost never got made. This movie changed everything, you guys. This is the first blockbuster ever, okay? This was made for $11 million. And 20th Century Fox, during its run, made $302 million. That's quite a profit. It's quite a profit. So you can see the leverage that George had at that point after the success of this movie. Now, I won't get into a lot of the behind the scenes, but it was very tumultuous, very bad. They had a hard time. It was in Tunisia. Some terrible, it was hot, right? C-3PO, there's so many different things about it that were just going wrong, and plus they wanted to pull the plug. 20th Century Fox wanted to make sure that things were done in time, not giving him any more money. The effects you're going to see in this movie, think about this. From 1977, they still hold up. And that is because it took them over a year to make all the equipment to do all the special effects. It was actually the last thing added before the movie was shown to a regular audience. So, amazing movie, obviously. We'll just get to it here. Thank you all for coming. This has been amazing. Man, we're gonna have a good time. This is fun. Stick around for the dance party later. And also, I can announce that Empire will be here May 4th. We're showing for that, and then possibly Return will come as well. So stick around, check the calendar at the Brown Cocktail for all that stuff. Thank you for coming out to a sold-out show. This has been amazing. Thank yous go out to everybody. I mean, I'm going to forget everybody, but first of all, thank the John Cocktail Theater. Thank you, George R. Martin, of course, the man. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Chris in the booth. If you've ever been on the show, thank you again. Thank you, Joe Ray back there as well. Joe Ray's the best. Yes. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, my beautiful bride, Miranda. Thank you, Joe Ray. This has been great. Thank you guys so much. Stick around. Let's party and have a good time. Thank you. May the Force be with you always.